right, just first off, really proud of our team. Coming on the road, having to face some adversity. Just throughout the course of the week. Some guys that were unavailable tonight. It really took all three phases. We did a lot of good things. There were some plays and some moments that obviously we'd like to have back. But I was just really pleased with the response of our team. We wanted to come and start fast. Obviously, we had a turnover on the very first drive. They had a big play. Putting us behind. But our guys, they would great attitude, great approach on the sideline. I thought there were some times maybe we were trying to do a little bit too much. Just throughout the early part of the game. But really thought our guys settled in. Finished the game on a 24-0 run. Defense made big plays, created takeaways. Very impactful throughout the contest. Unbelievable on third downs. Held them. They did not convert a third down. Held them under 100 yards rushing, and then offensively, even minus a few of our top weapons. To see guys like Ja'Kai Douglas step up. Tight end room. Running backs. Obviously Jordan distributed the ball really well. Had a bunch of big plays, and I'm proud of this team. And to see Fitz bounce back, obviously was able to hit a field goal. So all phases really did a good job. I thought Alex was able to flip the field for us when we had to punt, and so just proud of the work our guys have put in. Today was big. I don't talk about a whole lot of things in front, but one thing I did mention to the team is that if we took care of business today, we guaranteed ourselves another opportunity to be together. And for this team and this year, and by that win, clinched the a spot in the ACC Championship game. Really proud of our guys for that. This is a lot of work that goes into it, and to know that we're going to get another game at the end of the regular season is something that's really big. As we go into this, coming off of this game, going into this next week, we know what that ahead, what it means to this team. What it means to our program, to our university, to all things that are ahead, and we'll get back to Tallahassee and we'll enjoy tonight, but we're going to be ready to go come tomorrow as we prep for what's ahead to end our ACC schedule. So excited about how we played on the road up to this point. Like I said, some things we get to continue to clean up, but I was really proud of our team tonight.
Questions for Coach? Ira?
Ja'Kai, obviously, 2 catches, I think, on the season coming in. You guys seriously needed help at the receiver corps, and he stepped up.
Yeah, it was remarkable. He played a new position. He was able to do a lot of things. We were down 5 guys, I think it was, at receiver, and and really, Kentron was able to play a little bit, but he was limited most of all the week, and Ja'Kai, Darion, those guys, they really took the workman's load. You saw, Vendravius Jacobs got in as a true freshman, made some big plays, but I was so proud of Ja'Kai. Anybody that's around him, they know the type of young man that he is. They know the work, just the passion of what he plays. I've mentioned his name multiple times this year about what's he doing on special teams. He's remarkable as a gunner tonight. We didn't have him in that phase because we knew he'd have to play a lot of snaps. But what he finished up with over 100 yards, 6 catches. It was just big plays and big moments, and that's what we needed. So very happy for him. He was the one that actually broke the rock, and I didn't have to make the decision. The team was already chanting his name whenever we got to the end of it. But that's what this is all about, because guys understand and respect work. And Ja'Kai missed the early part of the season due to injury. We had a couple guys that was the case with, but they're just continuing to work themselves and prepare for the moment. And he got his moment tonight and did a great job with it.
Kurt?
Kind of along those lines, what's it say about, Jordan, I think, had a season high in passing yards tonight without all those guys you mentioned, just Jordan and just the skill position talent and how versatile those guys can be.
You talk about depth, you talk about playmakers. You never know when your opportunity is gonna come, but you got to be ready for it. And for Jordan to throw for 360 yards tonight, it was was pretty remarkable. And there's some things. Obviously that's a defense that's they're gonna stack the box. They're gonna try to keep things tight on you. We needed to be able to loosen it up. I was proud of us being able to hit the big run there late with Trey Benson. As they were spacing out a little bit, but it's all part of what makes this offense go. Is you got to be able to be versatile. You've got to the depth that we have, the talent that we have on this team. Just a lot of excitement for where we are and also where we're going as a program, because that competition, that belief and that work ethic is what prepares you to rise up in moments like that.
Talk about the guy that Ja'Kai is. In practice you mentioned that when he was injured and trying to get back into play, you had to hold him off from putting on his shoulder pads and stuff like that. I mean, this being his breakout game of the season, what did it mean as just seeing him as a player?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the young man. He's been on this journey. He played as a true freshman, coming in. He's made a lot of big plays. I still always reference back to my first year at home against this next opponent. He had to play that kick-started that last drive, and I think that when you see who he is, what he's about, the work ethic, the determination. You cheer for guys like that, and his teammates love him. But he's willing to do the things, even without the ball in his hands. He's willing to do the things whenever his number's called. And it's really, I felt confident that he would show up big. Last week, being able to get a couple catches this last week kind of built him, and prepared him for what was necessary tonight. And he was confident in the moment.
We'll go over to right against the wall.
Coach Austin, North Florida Sports Network. How is Keon Coleman?
He's good. I mean, it's just unfortunate in the last game. There was an injury that kept him out from tonight, but we're very hopeful that he'll be back extremely soon. So we're looking forward to how it progresses this week. Johnny's Johnny being out, that was something that we're it's just continuing to progress on with both those guys. Hakeem Williams is getting better. Deuce Spans continuing to work to get better. Like I said, we had a laundry list of guys that were dealing with issues there. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's They're doing everything in their power to get back on the field, but we're not going to put them out in a position unless they can go out there and play to the best of their ability. So, excited to see how this next week goes, and you'll see exactly where it is as we progress towards it.
Come to Chris on your left.
Getting this team back to the ACC Championship game, do you take a moment and appreciate that with that bunch, or is it just on to Miami and focus?
I mean, you guys have been around me. I mean, I don't ever talk about championships within the season. Those games. I mean, we know at the very first meeting of the year, we talk about what brings us together, and there's a standard of excellence at Florida State, and we want to be competing for championships every single year, right? But ultimately, for us, it's about the process of what we need to do to be the best that we can put ourselves in a position to be able to get that accomplished. And but 100% when you get to that point, right? And that's why I told them this week, they put themselves in a position that they won today. They got to play one more game together, right? Well, they accomplished that, and so am I proud of it? Absolutely. These guys, I watch them work 365 days a year, and just the mindset. I mean, even when they're off, they're working. I mean, they're doing. I mean, how they take care of bodies, what the decisions that they make, the sacrifices that's necessary to be part of this program. On the field and off the field. I mean, it's the academic growth that we've seen. The character of this team. It's a team that you should be proud of, and I'm proud of them. And are we a finished product? Absolutely not. If we don't get better next week, then we have failed. Right? Because ultimately, that's what we want to see, is that constant growth to be able to go be our best. And there's, will it ever be a perfect? No. I mean, I've never seen a perfect game. Right? Obviously, there's plenty of mistakes tonight, but we were able to respond and put ourselves in a position to win it, which now allows us an opportunity to go and play in a championship game here at the end of the year. But we got one game this week, and obviously it's a huge game, and that's going to be 100% of our focus from the minute we get back, and all things leading up to next Saturday.
Kurt.
You talked about the early hole. It's quite possible it's a 14-0 hole, if not for the play Fentrell made. I don't know what happened on that play, if he was at fault or who was, but I mean, you can't respond much better than he did in that moment.
Absolutely, and that's where you get to see identity. And, we always talk, I'll try to show our guys, on Fridays, various clips of, around, whether it's an NFL or college, where your effort, right, makes the difference. And tonight we saw that. And, I'm not going to get into whose fault all those things, but when the moment called for it, his effort was a difference maker in that play, and he was able to get to him before the goal line. Obviously, create the fumble. That was a huge play in this game, and it speaks to who he is and what he's all about. But that was a great play where it just came down to want to and will to go finish it.
Ira?
We look really small down here.
It's kind of weird.
In the first half, the offense was going through some things. The defense just seemed like they kept plugging away. And then late in the game, after Benson's touchdown run, I saw a lot of the defensive guys go over to kind of congratulate the offensive line. Just what did you see during?
That's what makes this team special. It's like there's been times where it's been all units have had to rely on the other. And, in the first half, we had some challenges offensively where, I think we had 300 yards offense, but there were challenging moments, and we weren't, executing to finish drives like we wanted to. And but the defense kept plugging. Obviously, we were able to work through it. But then, as you see that, the continued growth and taking that step, that big touchdown run, you feel this team, and it's not just in that moment. It was throughout it. We got you, coach. We got you to offense, defense, special teams. Everybody's in this together. So we don't always know what it's going to look like, but you got to be ready to go out there and you obviously play your best, and whatever the circumstances is, respond to it.
Feel good? Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Y'all be safe. Okay.